Hey there everyone, it's Sangod, aka Zero here. Welcome back to the Dream Daddy games. This is the last one we have until I figure out how to get something specific to happen. But this is the final dating one, which is with Robert. So let's jump in and see what happens. Robert was pretty nice, a little odd, but nice. And regularly handsome. We should hang out. We should hang out. Let's have a message to him on Dadbook. Hey Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Wanna grab a beer? I sit there for a couple seconds, hoping he'll message me back. Hey, it says he's read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Twiddle my thumb, watch cat videos on the internet. I start down the rabbit hole of cat videos and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I didn't realize how long I've been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. I get up, walk to the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. History, food, and Food Channel. Oh, Meat Hell is on. You have 10 minutes to cook a 5-course meal that must include these ingredients: steak, lemon, margarine pie, paper clips, and a hammer. If you are unable to finish cooking, or if any of these ingredients are absent from the dish, we will release the wolves. That is a very dangerous show. Oh my god. I'm not kidding. Please help us. I lose several hours into whatever the hell that was. I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch, huh? Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Frost to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Make a sandwich, make some eggs, mustard jar. Make a sandwich. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? A sandwich, a lost start. I'm at work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. No. I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong. In my mouth. Wait, I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored when's Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off a door. That would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. I spend a couple of minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on and slam. I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down the net. The crowd goes wild. And welcome to the jam. I pull up from the 3-point, breaking ankles and singing a fadeaway. Sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to the song. No, look behind the back hook shot. Everybody's on their feet. Something Space Jam.
Oh.
Dad. I turn around to see Amanda standing in the doorway. Her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying. Amanda, you alright?
I'm fine.
What are you doing? I found the hoop, and I'm taking it to the hole.
Huh.
Pass me the rock. I lead the league in blocks, set the record for rebounds in my rookie year. You can handle this? What's a rebound? Oh, when someone misses a shot and the other player tries to retrieve it, that's a... Just kidding. Amanda zigzags past me and tips a layup into the hoop. Art of War. Amanda language. Sun Tzu didn't care about language. I would argue that Sun Tzu cared very much about language, so once you write out something as timeless as Art of War, then you're allowed to swear. Amanda sticks out her tongue and dunks for a second two-pointer. Seriously, though, are you okay? You look like you've been crying. Oh, dude, I'm cool. I just saw this really cute dog on the way home and it moved its belly. It couldn't contain my emotions. Kelly, she was a little French bulldog named Jacqueline, and her tongue was permanently stuck out of her mouth. She had a little sweater on. Oh, I probably would have cried if I got better. She was so excited for tummy rubs. Oh no, I'm tearing up just thinking about it. Change the subject. Oh, okay, just making sure. Maybe you should be less concerned with with my face and more concentrate with full court press. Man, I played ball for a little longer, then we cooked dinner together. We managed to not almost burn down the house this time. Afterwards, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chop Toddler Tournament. What we have in front of you is a molecular deconstructed sweet potato with brown sugar demi-glaze with cream-free, of course. This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately burst into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. Huh? What's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and walk over to the computer and check Dad book. It's a message from Robert. You up? What are you doing? What does that mean? What are you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. Watching television with my daughter, just working on my motorcycle. I'm just chilling. Just chilling. Amanda leads the G and hits send. I'll make you look cooler. Another mess pops up. Hey, that means he wants to hang out. I know what that means, Amanda. But it's kind of late. Come on, Pops, live a little. I'm living with ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you'd have a lot more fun. I think you'd have a lot of fun tonight. You were trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Fine. I tap back and message Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies, drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy. Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary are here. Uh-oh. Brought Mary along. Figured we need a drinking buddy. Oh man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird married lady making passes at me.
Give it a rest, buddy.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink. Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? Whiskey straight up. Dad after my own heart, huh? Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I expected my night to go. Not my night to be going. Here's to bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I got myself into? We all knocked back the shot, so I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over at Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on. Let's get marching. What? The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh, alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we headed?
Hey.
Irish. I and I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. A good pun in the whiskey to my heart.
Give it a rest, buddy. Ugh.
Puns are the lowest form of humor, Zero. Try harder. Ouch. Am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. We walked into Irish Eye and we're drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round, what are you having? Whiskey hasn't failed me yet. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey, and then we post up in... Ugh. And we post up in a garnished green booth. Mary slides up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Sorry about that. Let's sip this one. Why don't we? Sit yourself. Mary downs your shot in one gulp and burps loudly. That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty. Mary grabs my drink and sips on it. Hey. Sarah, be a dear and get us another round, will you? I don't know how to proceed this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender as I head back. I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across from the booth from them and pass out the drinks. So Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot this little hemp sweatshirt gremlin in the act, so I go up to Edith with the baggie, and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she said. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad, and blah blah blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everyone was gonna be fine. They both erupted in laughter. I politely follow along with the story. She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
Hey.
She called the cops and told them that time had stopped. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What? You know, the devil's lettuce. I have two big fat blunts in my purse right now. Wanna blaze? Sheesh, when I was doing the Matt date, we should just talk to her, apparently. Let's see. What? No, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You with the feds? I work hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So, you take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it run. What? Remember, you come at the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles helplessly. I'm just kidding, cowboy. Only have the good, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor.
Hey.
Fine. We sit around and sip our drinks. People watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Let's see. Isn't Joseph wondering where you are? Lots of eligible bachelors around here, huh? Good to get the next round. You trying to ditch me, pal? No. Because if you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Zero wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey.
Hey.
Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy. Go with God. Nice seeing you.
Come on.
Deuces, nerds. Mary gets up and saunters over to a young-looking guy at the bar.
Hey.
She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer.
Huh.
Well, she does. What about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married, and she definitely tried to get in my pants in the other nights, and I just sit her across the bar where she's making goo-goo eyes at that young guy from before. Looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war.
Oh, yeah.
Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Got him to laugh. Aw, man. You know, I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry, I got pretty well back in the day. Still got a little wild in you? Yeah, you know it. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I go, what am I getting myself into? Think you can go shot for shot? There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Robert looks impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So, what do I even talk about? He's so cool and he probably hates small talk. How are you? How are things? I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what the other person is gonna think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be more comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. No. Alright. Oh. Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary gives the hard sale to that young man. The young man pretends he got a phone call from one of his friends. Huh. People's silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever killed a man? I choke on my drink. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know, it's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had gone. No.
Hey.
Great, me neither. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I replicate. I'm just messing with you, relax. I laugh nervously. Where am I? I laugh nervously, again. We sip more whiskey and more people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the other one excuses himself to the bathroom and I assume crawled out the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets out of the booth and shoulders his jacket. Let's roll. Sorry, whiskey. Inside voice. Let's roll. Wait, what about Mary? Brother, Mary is gonna be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it's not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back into the streets. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. I follow Robert through street lamp spots, stop signs, until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally a liquor store. Waiter, I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles and brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions me to do the same. This is not really what I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zenithfield? What? Nothing. I just wasn't expecting... Isn't delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something, thinking of the lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on the wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. What? Robert only hears a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. He rests a stone in my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign. Back of the rock, back of the stop sign. I know it has to be done. I'm sorry. I don't know who or what I was apologizing to. It was more of a universal apology. I'm so sorry. I roll the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign, right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack. Dude, run. I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, with wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I am no longer culpable for the heinous crime, I stopped to catch my breath. Maybe we strike throwing rocks from the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly my stomach growls. Oh man, I'm starving.
Huh.
Let's get pizza. I can't argue with that. Worst good around here. Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pete's Pieces of Pizza. That's a mouthful. Ta-da! I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and popping out pizza right out of the stone oven. My stomach grumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian? Oh wait, 0. You cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Reality? Not really.
Hey.
Wait a minute. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate, so saturated with grease that I'm worried if it will fall apart. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyway as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. So I used to like it when I was a little kid, but not anymore. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear noises coming out of a slightly ajar door in the alleyway. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild within you? You betcha. I'm tired, but I love my daughter, and I should go home to make sure she's alright. We're going with Robert here. Good on you. Robert and I slide to the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering lights. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway and find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we just take it to a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save for a row of a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert's making his way to the very back of the theater and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of the movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young guy is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he finally realizes he's in love with. Kiss already. There's nobody to kiss yet. You want me to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. The kids down the way notice us heckling one of them. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Oh damn, that's Ernest Hemingway. Hugo's kid. Ernest, hey Ernest, I know you, it's me, your neighbor. Hi. Ernest turns around, embarrassed. I turn back to Robert. You kiss anyone yet? It turns out that, yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way to the tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who, for some reason, he knew would be there. He tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think that was some subtext I'm missing here. Boo, love is dead. Shut up. It's beautiful. No, you shut up. Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're going to sit here and and appreciate them. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Shelton, for this beautiful film-going experience. And Peter Enders Catering fed a bunch of people so they could have the energy to do their job. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over and he makes sure no animals were harmed in the making of this film, we leave the movie theater. We stumble into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air, hits me on the knee. My knee, what the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway blocking our exit. Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My osteoporosis is gonna be... My orthopedist is gonna be pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hand. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and like movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity. I'm probably gonna feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you. That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with real genuine acting. You call that good acting? What classical mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What?
Huh?
Have you ever seen any Michael Powell, A Matter of Life and Death, 1946? Easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man.
How dare you?
Kind of like Robert getting like that demonic. No, you listen. That popcorn ass drivel that the mass media is shoveling down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You of all people should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sake. Oh no, now you've done it. Ernest's friend rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Robert gets in between Ernest and myself. It's as if he's seeing red. Fuck my fucking knee.
It hurts my friend.
Alright, buddy. Talk like punk, get hit like a punk. Robert squares up into a boxing stance. Queensberry rule: 3 minutes round with 1 minute rest in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What? And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction for 3 points. You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fill your role as main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful sanity to handle it. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die.
Excuse me?
Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensberry. We're just gonna go. Ernest and his friends wearily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensberry Association will hear about this. Consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be despicable. You threw the rules at him, though they always bolt. Nobody wants the Queensberry citation thrown down. But, full disclosure, I made half that up. Wow. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry, I got really into that art of filmmaking when I drink. That's good. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You ever see any Sam Fuller? I haven't.
Oh boy.
Fuller is cash. Thanks for defending my honor.
Oh yeah.
It's a little strange when you say it the way, but sure, why not? Robert throws an arm around my shoulder, and we drunkly belt our tunes all the way home, all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. That was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms on his cheek. A rare sight. Let's talk again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swearily drunkily in the night breeze. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside, and I stumble my way back home.
I may be bad, but you made me glad.
Do okay? Probably gonna be like the hangover in the morning. 10 to 1. Well, I'm doing my afternoon work jumbles. Okay, so of course it's the mail truck again. Ow.
Welcome. You've got dads.
So let's do the second date with Brian, with Robert. I love on Robert the other night. We hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and on Dad Book says he hasn't read them. Haven't even seen come out of his house. Actually, I sent him one last message, figuring that this will probably produce the same result. I woke up from the computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. In the kitchen, I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. Oh, I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together from the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. That's a piece of pie. I'm making a pie. Oh man, I can't even remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven to. I'm pretty sure it's 375, but I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on my grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? More cherries, salt, almond extract. Oh, it's almond extract. Duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. Actually, that is actually a truth. I finally get the pie in the oven. How long am I supposed to leave in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's gonna be so excited. That kid loves sweet pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, what smells like pie in here? It's pie, sweetie.
Huh.
Amanda darts over to the oven, looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done yet. Be patient. What's your angle here? What?
Huh?
Pies are not an objective base confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you got me. I was hoping to butter you up so that you would take me shopping later, maybe buy me a new tool set. Classic role reversal. I respect that. I wait for a few minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I sit on the rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig in before it's ready.
Huh?
Huh? What? Does it look kind of weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license of what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, you know, it smells like you might have baked the pie incorrectly. And you're currently right now trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created charcoal gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you... Just eat the pie, Panda. Oh. I cut a few slices and we sit down to eat. The cherry pie filling oozes out the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winches and fans her mouth. No. It's just... Burn the heck out of my roof of my mouth. This pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting me. I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is. I'm really proud of you making a pie without burning the new house down. I got a few dad tricks up my sleeve. My dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole. Dad just is on fire. I run to the sink, put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner. I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications. And we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad Book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. Huh. Hope he's okay. I turn out the light and lie down. Hey. Zero. Hey. Hey, Zero. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. What is that? I was just on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. Look out my window and sure enough, there's Robert leaning up against his pickup truck in my driveway. Open my door and try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey?
Hey.
Wanna hang? I was kind of sleeping.
Huh.
That's no fun. Go hang out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool, you plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I'm, in fact, not wearing pants.
Ah.
I mean, I don't mind. Right, 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes and jacket, and I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I hop into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packs and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive off out of the cul-de-sac. You like Tom Waits? Or Tom Waits? Hoist that right, baby. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, alright. He lights a cigarette and cracks the window. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert, oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us to the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I got myself into, it looks like I'm in for it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intentionally. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I can't just place. Say nothing. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decided to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I am a little nervous.
Hey.
Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving at a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car, and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out, too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits on the bed of his truck and pats the spaces next to him. I sit down, taking the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skylight against the bay. The cool air rustles some trees near us as lights blink in the distance. Off to the side, I can see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's so gorgeous. It's also gorgeous. This is where I come to What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out of his jacket. We go into the moonlight. I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife. Oh. Please don't stab me. Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the wood and starts carving at it. Oh, I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways. Did you think I was just gonna stab you now? What? No. I hate to break it to you, but I did. In fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs. Laugh, play along. Let's play along with it. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I know. But I knew. For years, I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparations for this day. Come at me, friend. Come at me, friend, and reap what you will.
Hey.
2 steps ahead of you. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate. Nothing gets past you, huh? Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me. I'm gonna warn you. The last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct? I honestly can't tell you when you're kidding. I am so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is. He and I laugh. Have you ever whittled before? Considering I'm not a grandpa, no. What do you mean by that? Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security card, your social security check. Zero, have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you've even Even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time, and I've come to think of you as a friend, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Our motions to a good-looking stick on the ground, perfect for potential whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against. If you cut against the grain, the wood's going to splinter. Isn't the most important thing safety? No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hand. Look at this damn hand. They're calloused and covered in little white scars. They are very nice hands. You can't make a stick on without breaking a few hand eggs. Oh goody.
Knife that wood.
Oh. Okay, what am I doing? That's a good start. What is it? It's a sharp stick, a pencil, a knitting needle. It's a sharp stick. Careful, don't poke yourself with that. You made a sharp stick. Tell me about this one. A popsicle stick. All you need is to carve up some wood juice, wooden fruit, and a wooden freezer. I made a popsicle stick. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. What's the story here? Toothpick. Bubble popper. Sorry, I think you could take me in a fight. Probably. The tough guy accessory. What's this? Chicken nugget? I don't know. I need to carve up a board and we're all set. And maybe also carve a ghost. Ouija board. I made something for the Ouija board. Nice form. What's it supposed to be? Louisiana, beautiful place. Got stabbed there once. You know, or was it Kentucky? I made Louisiana. What do we have here? Chopstick. Ambidextrous chopstick. It's a stick. I made a chopstick out of a stick. If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time. I saw a duck, a new friend. It's not a duck. It doesn't look like a saw or swan. Well, actually, it kind of does if you turn your head. Nice work. The meanest bird. Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it? The big old dog, the spirit of the Mustang. Spirit of the Mustang. How poetic. How long does this go on? I've made like a ton of stuff. That's tip number 73.
Hey.
Please remember to call. Barbara and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ugh. While I'm distracted, the knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wooden carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over.
There.
He reaches into his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb. Hold tight. He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my thumb and swipes a bit of antiseptic out onto the cut. With surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze on the wound and wraps it all up.
Oh?
You okay? Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic. Make sure to keep the cut clean. That cut clean. It's oddly touching and a little sexy. I guess I'm a real weirdo now. That you are. Be careful though. They're attracted to smell of blood. Wait, what? What's attracted to smell of blood? Tons of them get out of here, you know. Like Mothman and stuff.
Oh?
Mothman is bullshit. Yeah, but yeah, this town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences. You're joking. Oh, how I wish I were. I must get to myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that we can't possibly comprehend. I think about my entire lifetime in the city, aside from the occasional stray coyote. I don't think it's too bad. You ever heard of the Dover ghost? I don't think so. Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup, pit bull. Really intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incident. I got some solitude. Betsy gets to pee wherever she wants. All good stuff. Second day, I get the idea in my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're just having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It's a little late and we set up camp, but it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silence. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy go to investigate. We look around the clearing. Nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know something is watching us. Betsy, I thought she's scared. Though she's scared, never seen her like this. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it in the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it, it just looked wrong. Big, arms too big for its body, black eyes, just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yell from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone into thin air. I didn't sleep I didn't sleep in my tent that night, and I didn't think I've slept right since. Yeah, you're lying. Good story though. Okay, you're full of shit. You think I'm lying? Art pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful a pit bull. Tell it to Betsy. They say if you listen closely on quiet nights like that, like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover ghost. Howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl. It's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl.
Whoa.
Okay, Robert, really funny. I turned to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
Really?
I was messing with you up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up. I started my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see what the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out the shape. Looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that? We should go.
Huh?
Rob and I slowly back away and get into the truck. He turns off the headlights and we make a slow crawl away, but back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that?
Whoa, whoa.
The Dover ghost, I guess. I chuckled nervously. This time, he doesn't seem like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve. Yeah, this is a story we'll tell ourselves.
Huh?
We sat in silence for a little while longer, the fear and whatever it was slowly subsiding as we get closer to the city.
Oh.
Thanks for coming. This was fun.
Hmm.
I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house.
Oh?
Had to be around somebody. You doing okay, man? Barbara thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Hey.
Been doing a lot of thinking. He takes a long drag.
Hmm?
As I get older, I feel more and more. As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in the sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy, that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think. Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thoughts, and he just stares at the road. Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm unhappy as I am. I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them. But there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. Maybe we deserve to be eaten by the Denver ghost. Maybe that's why it's here. The Dover ghost feeds off of your sadness, my sadness. It hurts us in the night. Honestly, it makes sense. I was trying to get around. To just be devoured for my sins.
Oh?
Yeah, that sounds pretty great. Actually. It was a joke.
Oh.
I'm turning the car around. We're going back. Robert slams on the brakes and puts the car in reverse. Robert, wait.
Oh.
He stops the car again. You know what? I thought about it. It's not my time yet. I haven't finished watching the collection. They just keep adding stuff to it. But, thanks. 0. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it to him. You hold on to it. Never know when you might need it. Night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up. Whoa, where'd you come from? I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water. I thought you were sleeping. Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptic hunting. You know the Mothman's bullshit, right? Amanda, what? You know what? It's fine.
Huh.
I finally decided to go to bed.
I may be bad, but you made me glad.
I kind of wish you could go higher than what they're scoring, because it seems like it goes like there's higher. Wait for it. Oh man. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in after a few bites of ice cream. Okay, so yeah, it's more of Amanda kind of crying.
Oh. 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 Yeah. I love you too, Dad.
The fact I've done that so many times and I know
Welcome.
the placements for him is kind of
Got
sad.
Dads.
Okay, so we are on the final date with Robert, so let's finish this up and see how this is gonna end. I was talking to Robert since that night the night when we drove out to his drinking spot. He seems unusually somber then, like more so than usual. Amount of somber that Robert is, which is already a lot. I've been thinking about him and I hope he's doing okay, but I've been a little reluctant to reach out to him. Zero, hey Zero. Guess who's getting their drink on tonight? They're the dad book and my dad book messages. There's a flurry for them from Robert. Guess. It's you. Also me, but mostly you. Yeah, dude. Robert, buddy, tonight we ride. Yes, meet me at Jim and Kim's at 8. Not that I'm unapprehensive, but I think this is the first time that Robert's given me more than an hour's warning before hanging out. Amanda pops her head into the hallway. Music I don't recognize, blaring from her room. Huh? What's up? I'm hanging out with Robert later tonight. Okay, cool. Robert, who's my friend, I have friends. I'm happy for you, Dad. People will enjoy my company, Amanda. Dad, I'm happy for your continued development as a human being. What are you listening to? What's that shit? Amanda, what? You know what? You're an adult now. I give it an earnest effort for all 18 new years of your life. Go forth and swear. Fuck yeah. I really hope I don't regret this later. Amanda goes back into her room and turns up the volume to her sad shit. I put on my going out coat and walk over to Jim and Kim's. I spot Robert leaning against the brick wall, smoking a cigarette. As I get closer, I realize that he looks a little different. Cleaner, I guess. It just seems like he's combed his hair and his clothes are less wrinkled than usual. Hey. Take a shower just for me? I'm working on my relationship with existence. We both stand there for a second and don't say anything. Robert finishes his cigarette and abruptly goes inside. I follow him. By the time I get inside, Robert's actually already at the bar ordering 2 whiskeys. I spot a booth in the back and claim it for us. Robert slides in and hands me a glass. To you, to us, to toast. To you. Here's to your continued existence. We clink whiskeys and I watch him sip his. Rather his traditional approach of slamming the whiskey back and as quickly as possible. So what's the plan for tonight? Hit some other bars, maybe grab some pizza. I think that'll kill some time before we go burn down that old abandoned house in the woods. And if it's not as fun as it's definitely not as fun as it is. It's definitely not as fun if it isn't abandoned.
Ah.
Oh goody! Mary pops over to the back of the booth and a glass of wine in her hand. She punches Robert in the shoulder. Where was my phone call? Sorry, I figured you were busy sinking your teeth into some poor sap. I am. He's right here. I look around the booth to see a guy sitting across from her. He waves weakly.
Ugh.
You replacing me with the new kid? Mary, I can never replace you, whether I want to or not. Mary leaves her booth and slides in next to Robert. The other guy she was sitting with looks mildly relieved. She shows Robert clean pressed clothes up and down suspiciously. What? You got a court date coming up or something? Yep. He never convinced the jury. He looks handsome. He does. He never convinced the jury. He would have had to shave first. Seriously though, what's up with you? Robert stares at his drink, suddenly looking serious. It's Pappy. Doctor says it's his liver. I told that old bag of bones to quit. It was the sauce, but it's all you ever know, especially since Mom gone. That's why I invited you out tonight. Just didn't want to be alone. Well, come on. Zero, don't be an asshole. You know the one thing Robert doesn't joke around is his Pappy. Whoops. They're giving him 2 months. I gotta help him straighten out his affairs. Robert, I'm so sorry. Robert takes a long look at his whiskey. eyeing it in the dim glow of the bar's lights. I look at his life, then I look at mine, and I know history is just doomed to repeat itself. God. I'm just kidding. He's retired with his new girlfriend and they watch the sunset every night, probably screw like donkeys. Wait, aren't rabbits the one that screw a lot? Oh, sorry. Didn't realize you were an expert on which animals screw a lot. Please stop saying the word screw. Robert finishes his drink and slides away from him. He gets up out of the bar. Me and Zero are gonna hit the bricks. You coming with? Mary casts one last glance at the sad sap. She's hunting and downs the rest of her wine in one gulp. This place is dead anyways. We exit the bar and find the typical empty streets filled with a small crowd of people. At the front is a guy with a really deliberate attitude and a bad posture. He carries a lantern that he shines up in his face, for dramatic effect. What's going on? Looks like it's one of those walking ghost stores. They do that in this part of town all the time. I've always wanted to do one of those. You know all the stores are fake, right? Pretty much all the stores are fake. This is research. Art makes a beeline towards the back of the group. He turns around when he notices that I'm not following him. Come on. We can't just crash it, can we? Don't be such a square, Zero. Just act like you belong. Robert slides up to the tour group. I reluctantly follow into step behind him. Well, here goes nothing. Hey, it was in this place that in 1694 that the most infamous witch trial were held. To date, we don't know if people were burned at the stake. If the people got burned at the stake were actual witches, but it was widely reported that their ghosts still haunt this place. Dive bar to this very day. It was actually 1692. What? And the site was over at the coffee shop down the road. I'm sorry, who are you? General Mr. Ghost Historian, and this is my colleague, Dr. 80s reference, 90 reference, 2000 reference, contemporary reference. 80s. Dr. Looms, paranormal investigator extraordinaire, patrolling America's most haunted locations as research for a new book. You may have seen our ghost cameo on Paranormal House Hunters Extreme Edition. People in the group start nodding. Man, Robert's good at this.
I am.
Are you guys part of the group? I don't remember seeing you at the first stop. We like to keep a low profile. Easier to catch ghosts that way.
Oh.
They've definitely been here. Been standing next to them the whole time. Thank you, random lady who I do not know. As I was saying, the epicenter of paranormal activity can be found at the Coffee Spoon over there. The man who runs it has been plagued by haunting since he signed the lease. Damn near drives him mad. But whatever you want to say, it's cool. I guess it's your tour.
Hey.
Man, didn't know that about Matt. I swear, Quinn, he gets around a lot. Wait, Robert's making this up. The rest of the tour group listens intently to Robert's every word. I think the tour guide can tell he's losing the group. He seems to be getting flustered. Thank you for your contribution knowledge, Mister. Let's move on to the next haunted location. Robert, Mary, and I follow the group down the street. The tour guide shirt is cool. Yeah, everyone in the group gets one if you make it to the final location. I turn to Robert and grab him by the shoulder. I need that shirt. Well, guess we're in for the long haul then. Just follow my lead. Don't arouse any suspicion, and we'll have a cool shirt for you in no time.
Hey.
Our group arrives at an old colonial-style house.
Hey!
A quick pause in the tour. My name is Quinn, but most people on the ghost tours call me Tour Master Quinn. I am a DJ, trivia master, and part-time actor.
Nice.
I do private ghost hunting events, birthday parties, MC bar mitzvahs, and perform traditional my mark. Tour Master Quinn gives us a headshot to all of us. Lizard Maze on the back. Trench stage combat experience? Anyway, here's a little bit of history for you all. This was the home of the noted American author Dorothy Pembridge, whose prose was widely popular in the late 19th century. It was in the attic of this very home where she wrote such classics as The Diaries of a Victorian Mistress, Lady Fitzwell Courtship, and The Ghost of Sea Captain Berkeley. She's unfortunately died of consumption shortly after the turn of the century, but several people reported that on some nights you can see a light from the attic where the ghost of Miss Pembridge continues work on her latest bestseller. I guess you could say that she was consumed by her work.
My feelings hurt. Sad Master Quill.
No reaction from the crowd. This guy needs to work on his dad jokes.
Oh?
Actually, consumption is the popular cover-up. Little known fact is that it was murder-suicide.
All right.
I'm pretty sure she died of consumption.
Oh.
Sure, and we definitely didn't hire to elaborately fake the moon landing. That's the watered-down, censored version they teach you in school. But if you can't handle the real story, I understand it's not for the faint of heart. Can we? I think everybody would much rather hear what this world-renowned ghost historian has to say, right, everybody?
Hey.
The group members in agreement.
My feelings hurt.
This is the topic we covered extensively in our book. Dr. Looms, would you care to tell the story?
Hey.
Or if something highbrow, go with something new. Something I know, rally on amazing improv comedy skills. Let's see. Go with something I know. In the 19th century, Dorothy Pembridge was credited for protecting New York City from potentially world-ending paranormal forces. Despite her success, her ragtag group of ghost hunters were disbanded by government officials. However, after learning that the ghost of was taken interested in her son, her and her ghost-busting friends launched a mission to defeat the ghost and once again save New York City. Hey, is that the plot too? Nope, it's not. The tour guide sees this as an opportunity to take back the group and address us to some razzle-dazzle. Well, interesting story. Now, I just want everyone to know that the next location is extremely terrifying. If anybody thinks they can't handle it, feel free to excuse yourselves.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm bored. Mary turns to a young guy looking at his phone and taps on his shoulder. Hey kid, fancy buying a gal a drink? The guy looks up at her and smiles. Only if the bar's haunted. Honey, I can show you the most haunted places in town. I think I could exorcise your demons, if that's what you're looking for. Wow. Mary salutes me and Robert. She suddenly pulls him into a hug and murmurs into another. We need your armor for as long as I have. You know when something's wrong. Keep an eye on him for tonight, okay? Sure, Mary. Good man. Mary pats her in the back and pulls away. She takes the guy's hand and leads him down the street.
Hey.
Take it sleazy, fellas. Gotta help that poor soul. Mary or the kid? Both. Yeah, they both kind of... I don't know what's gonna happen. Our last stop, this burial site is such a hotbed for horrifying paranormal activity that I'm not even sure where to begin. There's the wailing ghost of the vampire of Maple Bay, the children of the moonlight. About the Dover ghost. By this point, the tour guide is clearly irritated with us. What about it? Oh, nothing. I just think it would be a crime to come all the way out here, out to the cemetery. The actual origin of the New England most notorious paranormal entities, and not even mention the infamous Dover ghost. That's not a real thing. That is absolutely not a real thing. I think someone needs to brush up on their paranormal history. I know tons of paranormal history. I know every ghost story in this area.
So,
I can guarantee that there's one you don't know. Robert looks at me and smiles.
oh.
Would you folks care to hear the tale of how Looms and I met?
Nice.
No. The entire group shushes the tour guide. Okay, fine. Tell the story. Well, it was a dark and stormy night. Wow, we're going with that starting? I wasn't always a paranormal investigator. Way back when I was just a
Nice.
Bible salesman and traveling griefer. Carnival baker. Moving from town to town, always looking for my next mark. It wasn't an easy life, but I had fun. Taking from the rich, giving to the poor. Actually, also taking from the poor. I had a shaky moral foundation. I happened upon the quiet town of Bay, quite by accident, but little did I know that this city has a dark side. Now, about the same time, I was just starting out as an apprentice to a rather famous ghost hunter, who was an old family friend of mine. I carried the equipment, operated the EVP machine, all that. Wait. Yes? Who was the famous ghost hunter? Well, I don't like to name drop, but George Mathers. The tour group gasped.
Right.
George Mathers. She's a legend. You know her?
I don't know.
Knew her. Amazing woman. Died mysteriously. Miss you, Georgie.
Oh.
Georgie. George. Yeah. Anyway, we were in Maple Bay investigating some reports of strange lights and sounds coming from the cemetery late at night. Now, we had been warned of the old crypt keeper that this place was highly dangerous, but Georgina was never one to shy away from an adventure. We camped out in the center of the cemetery for 3 nights straight. We endured your so-called wailing watchman, wailing ghosts of the watchman, whatever. Your stupid vampire was just a teenager in a mask, but the Dover ghost man, tell him. So there I was, just walking back to my hotel after a long day of selling Bibles, working out a couple of short cons, running the dunk tank. Classic pigeon drop scam. Putting on feelers for a rip deal. I was gonna steal a baby. Probably. But it made me rich. I found myself walking past this very cemetery. Now, I was never a very superstitious man, but something seemed off. I could hear some sort of commotion happening deep within the graveyard. I felt compelled to investigate. And thank God you did. Virginia and I were conducting a seance in the mausoleum at first. Things were pretty normal, but after about an hour, everything went south. Pulling back the EVP meter, we were able to hear a single word. Run.
Hey.
The air suddenly went cold. Something was very, very wrong. I just knew we weren't alone. We started to hear this faint, distant scraping noise, like something being dragged across the ground. It got louder and louder until it was deafening. Some kind of demented howl. And then I felt it. Something, grabbed my ankle. Roberts has the whole crowd hooked. Hook, line, and sinker. You could hear a pin drop. I've only ever cried twice in my life. Once at birth of my daughter. The other was when that thing started dragging me. I wasn't sure where it was taking me, but I knew there was no place I wanted to go. I was sure I was going to die. The moment I crossed the gate into the cemetery, I heard this god-awful screeching. I ran to the mausoleum just in time to see a man being pulled across the floor by... God, to this day, the mere thought of it ties my stomach into knots. It looked like a man, but like... I glanced at Robert. Like, someone you didn't know was what a man was supposed to look like, tried to put together, but one together. The arms were too long, the eyes too red. The eyes glows red. It was like a walking shadow. What'd I do? What any good person would do. I lunged for... Shoot, what was his fake name again? Daniel. I grabbed his hand and entered into a tug of war with the unholstered force. I was gonna be torn in half. But I got on my side. The pocket Bible I always kept on me fell from my shirt pocket, and to this day I can't remember what passage it opened to. Leviticus, Revelations, Austin. I think it's like Revelations if I'm correct. Oh wow, not really actually. I was trying to remember like which one. I'm actually wrong. It's Leviticus. Because I thought it was because it's like it was either Revelations is the one that I've heard a lot for like when I'm watching like the fun paranormal ghost stories and stuff like that. But I guess I was actually wrong. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. I have no idea where Robert pulled that verse from. With a horrifying howl, the entity finally relented. Daniel and I collapsed onto the ground. Exhausted, we were both covered in blood. The damn creature clawed into my chest, got me real good. Had to get 16 stitches. Art pulls down the center of his collar to reveal a long, wicked scar across his pecs. And that's how I got the scar.
Hey.
I followed George Mathers to the end of the earth. We faced exorcisms, demons, poltergeists that threw our equipment across the room, but I had never seen Georgina so scared. She was never the same after that, and neither was I. Watching what happened to Daniel and George shook my faith, but I came out of this experience a better man and a better friend. And we've been brothers ever since. The tour group gives us a round of applause as Daniel or Robert and I share an emotional hug. As the rest of me can smell the cologne on his neck. Wow, Robert does clean up good. I find myself lingering a little too long on the hug. The tour guide seems to have bought it. Even he's wiping a tear from his eye. Thank you. It's an honor to be able to share our story. Be sure to watch out for our book. Paranormal Exorcisms of the Supernatural Ice Road Truckers. I Saw a Demon Shocking Tour. The Rose Guide to the Hottest Ghost. That's funny. I don't really know. I kind of want to say that just because it could be funny. RR is supposed to laugh at that one. Well, I think you both definitely earned your t-shirts. The tour guide hands us the covert t-shirts. He then slips us both his business card and leans in close. If you guys ever need a professional actor, balloon animal artist, Elvis impersonator, or nude model, please don't hesitate to contact me.
Sup?
You got it, buddy. After a couple of tourists take selfies with us, we split away from the group to walk home. Well, yeah, the cemetery's not that far from where we're actually at, I believe. I really can't believe they bought all that. I didn't know you had it in you. Excuse me, Dr. Looms. That's a bit about the pocket Bible with Aces. Although giving the Dover ghost glowing red eyes was a little cliche. And the Kubrick conspiracy theory wasn't all part of the character. Well, we got the t-shirt. We got the shirts out of it. We arrived in front of Robert's house. Wanna have a drink? Is that even a question? You're trying to poison me? Nah, I'm good. Nah. You're trying to poison me. And now where this goes. Small. I know the steps. 1 second I'm sipping delicious aged scotch. The next I'm floating, foaming at the mouth, and you've taken over the throne. Long live the king, baby.
Hey.
Robert leads me inside. I can't help but think what Mary said to me. Robert did seem a little bit off, but that completely disappeared when we were joking with the ghost tour. I don't know. He's hard to read. While I'm thinking, I hear claws skirting across the floor. Oh god, it's Pitbull. I'm about to be torn into shreds. I shut my eyes tight and brace for impact. Betsy, hey, be nice. I don't feel anything but tiny paws scratching at my shoes. Open my eyes. Betsy. Robert's dog jumps away from me, running around in circles and sniffing Robert's leg. He pats her on the head. Hey, that's not a Pitbull. This is the cutest, dumbest Boston Terrier I've ever seen. Betsy, you're not a Pitbull, and you weren't taken by the Dover ghost. Betsy's made of tougher stuff than that, ain't you, girl? Betsy rolls over for some well-deserved belly rubs.
Hey.
I just keep a picture of a large Pitbull in my wallet in case of emergencies. Comedic emergencies. We make our way to Robert's living room. For a quiet man with arguably the oldest pickup truck that can be legally driven, his place is amazing. There were sleek, modern appliances throughout the room, with a big flat-screen TV mounted on the wall. He has shelves upon shelves of DVDs. I guess he wasn't lying about being really into cinema. He pours us both a glass of whiskey from a well-stocked bar in the center, in the corner, while Betsy curls up in a pile of cushions. So, how did you really get that scar? And don't tell me you got into a fight with an Alaskan king crab in the burning seas or something. You train me too well. Robert laughs and takes a sip of his drink. My daughter and I were riding our bikes. I hit a rock. I flew over the handlebars and then went to the hospital. And that's
Hey.
it. Not a very interesting story. I've never heard you talk about your daughter. Well, I have one.
Oh?
That's her. He points out a picture on the wall of a very serious little girl with dark eyes. Yep, that's definitely Robert's daughter. How old is she? 25, 26, not too sure. Does she live around here? No. Val lives back home in Brooklyn, works at some new media online magazine thing, makes buckets though. He suddenly seems really serious. I probably shouldn't press him about it.
Hey.
You like Sinatra? Yes, no. It's kind of a neutral, I guess.
Hi.
Great. Sinatra then takes a seat on the couch next to me. He suddenly downs his drink in one gulp. Hey, are you alright? Robert leans in and kisses me, the taste of whiskey burning my lips. I'm surprised at first, but slowly relaxed into his arms. He pulls away slightly, his lips barely brushing against my mouth. I am now. I can't say anything, at best managing this side. Robert leans in again, kissing me harder. He pulls my bottom lips between his lips and bites lightly. And under my shirt. My heart pounds in my chest, and as he lays us both down on the couch, neck and his teeth grazing my skin. I just wait. It's not that. Robert bites down, and I have to stifle a moan. Stop. Robert siphons and pulls away.
I don't know.
No biting? No, I'm more than okay with that. Something's up. Moves hair and looks away. I'm fine. I've just been kind of stressed out. Tired, no big deal. Listen, I want this as badly as you do, but I know something's wrong. I need to make sure that you're okay. Robert stares at the ground. You don't know me that well, Zero. I'm not a good person. He takes a deep breath. I spent my whole life only taking and taking and taking, and now here I am, an old broken man, sitting on the top of a pile of everything I've ever taken, alone. But I want to know you, and you don't have to keep hiding behind fake stories and acting like you don't have feelings. It's... He sighs heavily. It's Val. She's visiting tomorrow. She wants to patch things up. Are you... I'm sorry, but... Is this a bit... No. When was the last time you saw her? 3, 4, I think... months? Years. I sit up straight. Jesus, Robert, what happened to you? What happened between you two? I don't even want to talk about it. Robert and I sit in silence, neither of us wanting to look at each other. Both of us unsure what to do next. Fine. Things were already bad between us. I cared about her, and I was things just got in the way, and before I knew it, she was leaving for college, wanting nothing to do with me. And I moved out of here to settle down. We thought it would help us get away from all the distractions, all the money, the drinking, but temptations get to you. I tried to be better, but I just couldn't. And then the accident changed everything. I think every day about how she must have died hating me. I never became the better man that she wanted me to be, the one she always saw in me. She was the last thread Val and I had connecting us together. I didn't know that when I lost my wife, I was going to lose my daughter too. Robert, I spent so much time chasing after things I thought were going to make me happy that I ruined my only real chance at happiness. Now my wife is dead and my daughter hates me. And then I convinced myself that he gestures vaguely in my direction, was going to make me happy. Why do I even try anymore? I'm so sorry. I know how hard it is to... No, you don't. How could you possibly know this feeling? I did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You did everything right. Your daughter loves you. You're a good person. I was a terrible husband, and I'm an even worse father. I have no idea why she even bothered to contact me now. I know I'm just gonna fuck it up like I always do. I'm broken. I shouldn't even go. Robert puts his head on his hands. Tell him what he needs to hear. Nothing is going to change until you do. Robert pauses. He looks at me. There are a lot of things in my life that I regret, that I wish I could take back and do over, and it hurts so much to know that I can't, but what I can do, and what you have the privilege of doing tomorrow morning, is it to wake up and try to be a better person than you were the day before. Things aren't going to fix themselves tomorrow or the next day, and patching things up with Val isn't going to solve all of your problems either, but nothing is going to change if you don't. And you can't love anyone else until you stop hating yourself. And you're right, I don't know that well, but you have the same capacity for good that we all have. And I know you can find it. Val is giving you a chance. Don't waste it. But, Robert, listen to me. It's gonna be okay. But, I lean over and embrace Robert, pulling him into it in as tightly as I can. He bears his head into my shoulder, hugging me back. It's gonna be okay. I place a hand on his back of his head and stroke his hair. He shudders and sobs, and I realize that he's crying. Thank you. We stay there for a while, holding each other. We both eventually drift off to sleep.
I may be bad, but you made me glad.
He said that like 3 times in a row, I think. I don't think he's actually changed that one. I think I have everything finally set up. Okay, so kind of fast forwarding through this because it's okay. So there's oh, so this is Val, Robert's daughter. I'm glad Robert's brought you along. He promised that there would be free food, so that's kind of a hard to pass up. And look, I don't know you, but can I get real with you for a sec? My old man's a real closed book. You know, me and him, we got a long way to go. You don't erase this decades of neglect in a week, but you can sure get tired of staying angry about it. The kind of bitterness, it poisons you. I think I'm too young for that. Anyway, lately, he's been better, a lot better, and between him shaving for once and how much he talks about you, I get the feeling you have something to do with it. So, thanks. Robert means a lot to me. I'm glad he's getting better. Just keep an eye on him while I'm not around, okay? Or else. What? I'm kidding. Or am I? Yeah, that's really... I don't know why I like this. I don't know why I'm like this. Yeah, that is really Robert's daughter. I think it runs in the family. So, hey, I love your necklace. And your hair. And just, geez, your whole vibe is cool. Thanks. I like your jacket. My girlfriend collects pins too. Oh, this is my daughter, Amanda. Amanda, this is Robert's daughter, Val. Nice meeting you. I heard you're a photographer. Aspiring photographer. I'm going to school for it. You take pictures. Yes. Then you're a photographer. Welcome to the biz. Val and Amanda business card. If you're ever looking for an internship, shoot me an email. Anyway, I need to go make friends with that woman over there who's dual wielding wine glasses. Catch you later. Val walks away. She's so cool. She gave me her business card. She touched my hand. Congrats, you just networked for the first time. I'm a regular business lady now. Quintuple projects, stock markets, synergy. While you're making a fortune as a businesswoman, I gotta get this party going. Get you around, Pops. So, there's Brian, Daisy, Greg, his daughters. Hugo.
Oh. Ah.
I take a seat next to Robert as the last guest makes their way out of the party. Hey. Hey. Robert gestures vaguely to the snack table. Good stuff. Yep. So. I just talked to Val.
Hi.
She physically threatened you, didn't she? Threatened you. Yeah, that's my gal. That's my girl. She said you've been doing better. Trying to work on vices. I also showered today. We sit in silence for a moment. You know, every day for me is a battle against my own self-destruction. My own self-destructive habits. But lately it's gotten a little easier. Thanks for talking some sense into me. It's hard to get getting things through my thick skull sometimes, but what you said that night actually helped. I'm glad. I like you, Zero. I like you a lot. I haven't felt this way about someone in a long time. Someone for a moment before he pulls away. He takes my hand in his.
Hey.
You're special to me, but I have some stuff I need to work on, emotionally, before I can get into anything romantic with you. You deserve better than who I am right now. I need to be on my own for a bit, figure some things out. Of course. I think what you need right now is a friend, and I'm very happy to be that for you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. And if you're ever ready for more than that, you know where to find me. Let's let go sometimes. I would love that. I put my hand on his shoulder. We'll just then slowly dip below the horizon together. So that was the last date that we had. There's still like a bunch of stuff I need to figure out. Like, I know there's a bad ending to the game, and I need to look into it. So I'll probably post a poll and see if anybody wants me to do it. Sorry, but that is the one we have for Robert now. So we've gotten technically all of the dad dates that you can do. I remember hearing like online that there is a cult ending, but to be honest, I don't know if it's actually something you can get, because it does have a slot for like one more character. I'm gonna try to do some like investigating into it and see if I can figure it out. But we'll see if I can figure it out. I hope you guys actually enjoyed. This was Dream Daddy. I do love this game a lot, and this game is like one of my favorite games to play. Yes, it is a narrative kind of game, like the Game of Thrones and any of the Telltale games. But this game is extremely fun to play. If you are wanting to play it, I do recommend it, because there are so many different achievements for this game that you will have fun just trying to figure them all out. But please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you all in my next video. Good, and bye.